Fight week has begun, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Tampa, Florida. It is hot and it is humid, but we are inside the beautiful Armature Works as we get set for the Jake Paul versus Mike Perry Open Workouts. Hello, everybody. My name is Todd Grisham. I am next to the very swole Wade Blim. Make sure you order our pay-per-view. You can get it now on July 20th as Mike Perry and Jake Paul square off. You get a special discount right now, indeed, if you do order that pay-per-view. Wade, when you first heard Jake Paul was going to be fighting Mike Perry, what went through your mind?
Danger. The one word that describes Mike Perry better than any other is danger. Maybe violence, because he's the king of that too. But this fight is dangerous for multiple reasons. Mike Perry's dangerous. He's taking Mike Perry right before he's supposed to fight another Mike later on down the line. So there is massive, massive implications here. And Mike Perry is not only coming here to win this fight, he's coming to inflict pain. He's just a violent guy.
You know, he is a violent guy, undefeated in bare knuckle. He comes headhunting. He doesn't want to win on points, and he's promising to be the first man to knock out Jake Paul. Let's show you our main card, ladies and gentlemen, and some really good matchups. How about right out of the gate, Wade? Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Uriah Hall.
I don't think you'll get something with this much talent in the opening card and this much name value. Uriah Hall, UFC veteran and legend. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the son of a legend. That's a banger to start the card.
H2O Silva is back in action against Lucas Bod. And then Amanda Serrano, of course, and Stevie Morgan. 14-1 for Morgan with 13 KOs, so watch out, Amanda. And then, of course, it's our main event, Jake Paul and Mike Perry. You'll see both of those men working out here in just a few minutes. Let's get this party started.
Let's bring him up into the ring as he makes his second appearance as a world-class professional boxer. Here is Uriah Hall!
Uriah Hall became a household name. They were talking about him fighting for the middleweight championship after winning the Ultimate Fighter. That's how good he is as a combat sports athlete. And that's never been a question with Uriah. It's never been a talent question with him. And now you're seeing him transition over to the boxing realm. He's such a good striker, whether it's with his feet, whether it's with his hands. He can adapt to pretty much any combat sport. So I'm very excited to see him boxing and back in the ring again. Even age 39, he moves around like he's 25 years old, Todd.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
His fight against Sergio Martinez, the 12th round, may be one of the greatest rounds in the history of boxing. He was behind on every card. I think he lost all 11 rounds and then dropped Martinez, and it was a fight to the death. Go back and watch that round. I mean, incredible stuff from Julio Cesar Chavez.
I mean, that's a sport of boxing for you, man. You fight all 12, and it's almost, again, it's a reflection of life for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right? You know, you have this expectation of senior, and living in that shadow has to be overwhelming to a degree. But in moments like that, he sparks greatness, and that's really it, moments of greatness from him. I want to see, the guy has 53 wins, 34 knockouts. Does he have another moment of greatness? Does he have multiple left? Because like you said, that was one of the greatest rounds in boxing. How much left does he have, and can he showcase it on Saturday?
Here is Shadeja Sweet Terminator Green.
So Shadeja Green in uncharted territory for her, Wade. She's coming off the first loss of her career, but it was against Franchon Cruz DAZN, one of the best in boxing, but I know how frustrated she was with her performance.
Yeah, listen, I think that fight was, I would call it an eye-opener for Shadeja Green. She had steamrolled through opponent after opponent. She was 12-0 at the time, 13-0 at the time, 11 KOs. She was knocking girls out left and right. They were calling her the Sweet Terminator for a reason. And then you run into Franchon, and that was a stylistic issue. It was a familiarity issue. They'd known each other from years back. And it was one that I think when you fight somebody at that caliber, win or loss, it makes you better. And there's still so much excitement around Shadeja Green. I think that this fight is going to be a chance for her to reset, reflect, and put on a star-studded performance.
Well, Shadeja, thank you for showcasing some incredible handwork right there. What's going through your mind right now, coming off of what you experienced, your first loss as a pro? What are you thinking as we go into Saturday?
I feel amazing. Nothing but happiness. I just can't wait to showcase my best self Saturday. I'm going there, have fun. I'm going to get the KO. Shadeja Green is back. The Sweet Terminator. Cross out the Sweet. The Terminator is back.
Here is, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Prince Body!
Lucas Body, one of two Canadians on the card. Also Natasha Spence, the opponent of Shadeja Green from the Great White North. But Lucas Body stepping in to face H2O Silva. Not a lot of guys would want that fight, but Body believes he can win.
Every fight when you get to this level, if you're H2O Silva, is starting to become more and more dangerous. He's been in there with guys that have competed at the top, at the world level. Lucas Body is another guy I could see there. So at any point in this fight, you let your guard down. This is not, hey, let's get you going with a fight that's going to be an easy one. We'll get you in there, get you moving around for a couple of rounds, and then you can finish the job. This is going to be a fight from round one until it's over.
H2O Silva!
All right, Wade, for those who have never seen H2O Silva in the ring, how would you describe his style?
Complete. There's very, very few holes in his game. It's not going to jump on you with the power early, but he's also super fast. And then that power comes out. He is a read-react fighter. He can fight on the front, back foot. One of the things that he does, and this is all the greats do it, but I'm seeing him develop it fight after fight because I've called his fights now for the last 3 years. During the fight, he's learning. He's looking at opponents, and he's making reads that he's implementing in the rounds. Yes, you have your corner work, and hey, maybe look for this, look for that. He's looking for it in the middle of rounds. You flinch the wrong way, he's catching it. The matrix is going in his head, and then he's reacting almost like a robot, man. So he is fantastic in the ring. He's just getting started, 20 years old. The kid's got a future that's very, very bright.
H2O Silva, knockout Saturday?
Of course.
All right.
That's what we're going for.
Good luck to you.
Here is Tampa's own. She's born and raised. Give it up for the sledgehammer, Stevie Morgan.
So Stevie Morgan, look at that record, 14-1 with 13 knockouts. And we interviewed every fighter on this card earlier this week, Wade. And the biggest trash talker was Stevie Morgan. She called Amanda Serrano low-hanging fruit.
Listen, I love it. Because why not? Look at the moment. Look at the spotlight you're going to have against arguably the best women's boxer to have ever lived. Why not come in with the confidence oozing? You got really nothing to lose here, so throw it all out on the table. And if we can say anything about Stevie Morgan, yes, 14-1, 13 KOs, and she is uber confident. Hearing her talk, the motivation, this is a dangerous fight, man, because you can easily, if you're Amanda Serrano, look past this and go, I got Katie Taylor, I got the rematch, Madison Square Garden the last time it was a big event, I get back. If you do not focus on this fight, all that goes away. We talked about it with Jake Paul and Mike Perry. The same thing here for Amanda Serrano. She has to focus in because Stevie Morgan's ready to go. She is locked in and confident.
Amanda, the real deal, Serrano!
Amanda Serrano, the real deal, one of the best female fighters of all time. Of course, Katie Taylor won that first fight, so she's got the leg up right now. They're scheduled, again, to square off in November in a very highly anticipated rematch. But like we were saying earlier, first things first, she's fighting an opponent on Saturday who's 14-1 with 13 knockouts. She's from Tampa, Florida here in Stevie Morgan. What kind of fight are you expecting to see from Amanda?
I mean, listen, we know what Amanda brings to the ring. She is forward pressure. She is suffocating. And Todd, you'd have to be silly to think that it's not in the back of her mind, the Katie Taylor fight. You'd have to think that she is at least thinking about it, at least looking at it. But she is such a high-level fighter, such a high-level champion that she's able to put that aside and focus in like the greats do. Michael Jordans you think of, Derek Jeters you think of. When the greats grace their stage, they focus on another level, and she has done it almost 50 times at age 35. This is routine for her, and her fight style is going to be nothing but.
Amanda Serrano, once known for her knockout power, 30 KOs and 46 wins. It's been quite a while, but her trainer, Jordan Maldonado, said, listen, the reason she hasn't been getting stoppages later is because fighters won't stand in there and scrap with her. They back away. They force her to chase her. So her opponent on Saturday night, Stevie Morgan, is the type of fighter who's headhunting as well. So we could have a perfect clash of styles where someone's getting knocked out. Amanda Serrano is here. All bow down, ladies and gentlemen.
Diamond flesh.
The queen of mean, so to speak. Hey, how amped are you to get back in the ring after that heartbreak from Puerto Rico?
Man, I'm super excited. I've been ready since January, so I'm itching for a fight. You know me, I love to fight. That's my happy place. I love being in there. I don't mind getting punched in the face to give you one or two of my punches.
The king of violence, Platinum Mike Perry!
Call him the king of violence. He also might be the king of bling after putting on that chain. What's on the end of that thing?
That looks like a picture of Jake Paul with his nose broken. Now Mike is taking it off. He's going to hold it up and show the world that ice right there. He's looking to put ice on Jake's nose after this fight's over. He's got it on the chain right now, though. I'll tell you this. Mike, he's as serious as a heart attack when it comes to these things. He's an entertainer, but it's not by choice. That's just who he is.
Yeah.
Serious as a heart attack, violent as a war general. This guy, look, he wore his ring outfit to the open workout. He's treating this like the fight.
Well, you had a great sit-down interview with both Jake and Mike Perry, a face-to-face. You can see it now on DAZN. This guy sounded like Macho Man Randy Savage. He was so amped up. What's he going to have left for fight night?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, he was amped, man. This is how Mike lives his life, though. This is not something that he has an adrenaline dump. He's just unlimited adrenaline, unlimited energy.
Yo, Mike. I think you got a friend. You got a friend in here?
What's going on here? Loser.
Everybody's out to get Mike Perry today. I'd like to get a minute with him right now. Mike, a lot of talk coming into this fight. You just face this camera right here. A lot of talk coming into this fight between you and Jake. Is this build up? Is it real? What's going down Saturday night?
Of course this is real. This is as real as it gets. Platinum Mike Perry, been fighting my whole life. I've been waiting for this opportunity. I'm a warrior of the Lord. I'm a warrior for my family, and I'm a warrior for the fans. I bring it, and it can't be taken away. You can hit me as hard as you want. I'm gonna keep coming at you. I eat bows and nails for breakfast.
Oh, here is the disruptor, the businessman, the fighter. Please welcome El Gallo, Jake Paul.
As impressed as Jake Paul is with what Mike Perry has done in his career, Jake is uber confident that not only does he win this fight, that he destroys Mike Perry within 3 rounds. Where do you think this confidence is coming from, considering his opponent?
I think it's Jake's experience. He has been in there at the highest moments of his career with big-time scary guys. Tyron Woodley came in to this area arena in Amalia, and not only did he knock him down, he left him face down. The dude wipe showing. So I don't know, again, if you can get more confident than a guy that does that to a world champion, a former world champion in the UFC, and he looks at Mike Perry, as he said, a Mike appetizer.
You know, Jake Paul predicted that he would knock out Nate Diaz, which he wasn't able to do, and I asked him about that. Hey, listen, you're so confident you're going to finish Mike Perry. Why are you so confident when you weren't able to finish Nate Diaz? He goes, you don't understand how much I have improved since that fight. I've blown 2 guys out since then. But if you see me in the gym every day, there are so many things that I've learned and so many tricks up my sleeve that I just haven't been able to show. I'm hoping Mike Perry can bring out the best in me, because I'll show you how much better I have gotten, and people really need to start taking me seriously in this division.
One thing Jake cannot do, and he did this a little bit in the Nate Diaz fight, is take moments off, right? And that means, because again, it was a 10-round fight and Nate is a zombie. You can't, in exchanges, take moments off, because Mike Perry is not Nate Diaz, where he will pander to the crowd and he'll look around and salute and have those little moments. He'll be in your face all night, and he's not taking breaks. Jake's going to have to be aware of that, and while Jake is massively confident in his ability to KO Mike, he's got to be switched on for the entirety of the fight. Otherwise, the red button can get pushed, and the one thing that no one seems to think can happen, I still believe can, Mike Perry coming home with a win, is absolutely possible.
I'm fortunate enough to call almost all the big major boxing events for DAZN, and people ask me, what do I think about Jake Paul? Is it a positive or a negative that he's involved in boxing? I go, listen, anytime I'm in one of these big cities and I get in an Uber, and the Uber driver asks me what I do, and I say I'm a boxing announcer, almost every time they go, oh, Jake Paul. They want to know what Jake Paul's doing. They hear about him. He is so big and he gets so much attention. He's in essence, dare I say it, become one of the faces of this sport.
Listen, he calls Canelo the face, and he is the ass, but he is part of the biggest reason that
I haven't heard that.
Crossover boxing has taken such a big spotlight, and I watch him work. He puts in the time, he puts in the effort. People talk about, how this influencer thing has been disrespectful to the sport. I'll say this, no one has respected the sport as far as the work put in, the ability to continue to get better for a guy that didn't grow up in it like Jake has. I think he is doing a great job with it, and all I'm excited to see now is how far this train can go.
It is the one and only Jake Paul, who's got his Celsius now. Jake, you look like you just got into a fight. You're pouring sweat right now.
It's hot out there. I'm cutting out these last pounds. I haven't had sodium, so all the water's coming out. So last couple of pounds of the weight cut here.
Let me ask you this, Jake. If I'm a Mike Perry fan, I'm saying the only way Mike Perry is going to beat Jake Paul is if Jake Paul comes at him early when Mike Perry has that adrenaline going. Why do you predict now a second-round knockout? Why not stick and move and use that jab?
He just has too many holes. He has no head movement. He's an offensive fighter. He's very violent, but he's going to get exposed, and I have too much power for these guys at 200 pounds, and that's just the way it goes. And if you're a Mike Perry fan, I love you. It's going to be okay. It's going to be a short night, so you're going to make your bedtime.
Good luck Saturday night. I'll give you the final word to all those fans who are getting ready to order this pay-per-view.
I love you guys. Thank you for the support since day one. I'm doing this to prove to y'all that y'all can accomplish anything, so chase your dreams. Start today. Drink Celsius, get W, and download better. Stop playing.
You're like a NASCAR driver.
Exactly.
All right, so there he goes, the problem child, Jake Paul. Limited tickets are still available right now on Ticketmaster.com. And make sure you order the pay-per-view right now. You get a discount if you purchase it early. So go to DAZN.com.